What's up, guys? This is Josh from Mighty Lion Podcast. I know it has been forever since we got back to our normal study. I won't make up any excuses, because even last time I did it when I was like really ill. So I do apologize. I did want to hop back into Genesis where we began. Last time we left off just before chapter 4. So I was hoping to hop right into that if you guys are up for it. So without further ado, let's hop in. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived, and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord, and Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou dost well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou dost not, it is late. I'm doing this almost midnight. Dost not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What thou hast done, the voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Now, what we have here is the first ever recorded homicide. That blows my mind. Cain being angry and jealous with his brother's offering being accepted to the Lord, and his, not. That animosity and that jealousy and that, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying a blank. Like I said, it's almost midnight. But it's just, even envy. I feel like all these, horrible traits were brought to the surface because of this one instance that Cain thought that the best course of action would be to slay his brother and then lie about it to the Lord, like, who knows everything, the creator of the universe. You kidding me? I don't know what plagued him to go about that route, but huge error on his part. But yeah, I've always thought that was crazy, that was the first murder that we have is Cain and Abel. But Yeah, let's dive back into that. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch. And he builded a city, called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begat Muhajel. Uh, you got me. I've never heard. And Muhajel begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him two wives. The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other was Zillah. I do apologize if I am butchering the heck out of these names. I mean, no disrespect. And Ada bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. That's literally the name of a secular band, Avenged Sevenfold. Huh. Wow. Okay. I never really got into them. Even when I was more in the world, I had heard one song that was kind of catchy by them way back in the day, but I never really got into them. It's just weird to hear that name and see possibly where that context came from. I mean, it's kind of blatant, plain as day, so you would think, And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called him Seth. For God said, She hath appointed me another seed, instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years, and begat a son in his own likeness, and after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. Could you imagine living to be 930 years old? It's just mind-boggling, especially knowing nowadays how shortened the lifespan is until we enter into the millennial reign. Like, a lot of people, my grandparents didn't even make it through their 60s. I mean, 930, just imagine all the things that you would see in that timeline. insanity. I've seen so much change in just my short life. In the 34 years I've been alive, growing up, like seeing cell phones become a thing and laptops become a thing, going from a VCR to Blu-ray and DVD and 4K and smartphones and 3D printers, all the stuff now that there is, AI, like so much has even changed for me being born in 1991. So I couldn't even fathom what it would be like to live that long of a time span and to see things flourish and all these people come about. And I mean, also to live with the guilt of what you had done. You literally destroyed your chance at paradise. It's heartbreaking. I mean, it set things into motion. All because of that slick, sly Satan. Hmm. Oops. Sorry, I had to relocate where I was at here. And Seth lived 105 years and begat Enos. And Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years and begat Canaan. And Enos lived after he begat Canaan 815 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years and begat Mahalalel. And Canaan lived after he begat Mahalalel 840 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years and begat Jared. I don't know if that's really Jared or what I'm reading. It's spelled like Jared. And Mahalalel lived after he begat Jared 830 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begat Enoch. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all of the days of Jared were 960 and 2 years, and he died. Sorry, the way that the sentences are structured, sometimes it's hard to read because you want to read it a certain way, but the way that it is written is not the usual way that we you understand. If you read the Bible in certain versions of the Bible, you completely know where I'm coming from. And Enoch walked with God after he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters. And all of the days of Enoch were 365 years. Like the days of our calendar, 365? What? That's weird. I've been through Genesis a while ago, but what? I never caught that. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. And Methuselah lived 180 and 7 years and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 780 and 2 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 960 and 9 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 180 and 2 years and begat a son, and he called his name Noah, saying, This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed. And Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years. 777. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Sorry. And it came to pass, when man began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were old men of renown. And God saw that wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he hath made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. So, from what I've understood, I guess not always, I shouldn't say that, is that these are the Nephilim. That, they had created these giants, these half supernatural beings that were, really strong and huge and fierce. The humans, the human women, and from what I understand, the fallen, angels, or is what I'm gathering, because it says that the children of God, or sorry, the sons of God, I'm sorry, I didn't mean children of God, and the daughters of men. Which is crazy to think about, giants walking around. There are some really tall people nowadays, but I don't think anywhere close probably to where these huge, mighty men were. Let's continue, though. And the Lord said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man, and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth was also corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. The door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof. With lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee I will establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark. To keep them alive with thee, they shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, and of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind. 2 of every sort shall come up unto thee, to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee all of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah according to all that God commanded him, so did he. Ooh, so we're going to end here at chapter 7. So we have Noah, who was a very obedient man who trusted God and found favor in God's eyes in such a corrupt time with the Nephilim and the wickedness of man being abundant and abound. So God wanted to start over, just with Noah and his family and animals 2 of every kind aboard the ark. We see this a lot now today. There is so much corruptness, so much violence, so much anger, animosity, hatred, lust, sexual immorality. There's so much going on in our present day that parallels so much with how things were before the Lord destroyed the earth. I mean, don't get me wrong, there has been so much wrong throughout time, but it almost seems like uncontrollably bad now. Like, people can't control themselves. People are disobedient, lovers of themselves, incoherent, brash, like rude. They have loose tongues. They say whatever they want, and there's no filters. There's no remorse or repentance. It's just absolutely horrific, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. People think they can do whatever they want, say whatever they want, act however they want, with no repercussions. And at the moment, there really isn't much repercussions for them. But, it's reflected that in the latter days, that things will be similar to the times of Noah. People eating, drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, and just doing whatever they want before judgment comes upon the entire face of the earth. It's just crazy to see that things have gotten the way that they are. I mean, there's always been war and there's always been evil people in the world, but it just seems like on such a grander scale. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of amazing people out there, but there's just so much darkness that's abound. That's why I always say that we need to be a light in the darkness, because it's growing really, really dark. Um, but next time we'll jump back in, continue on with Noah, um, as we can dive into chapter 7. I mean, there's going to be a lot to go through. Genesis is quite the book. Um, I'm glad to have you guys along with me on the ride. We can discuss things. If you want to leave me a comment below, I'm definitely down to answer any questions or talk to anybody about things. Just have open discussion and fellowship. Um, that's what my channel is about, is our walk with Christ together. This is like the best way that I know how to share the news and to fellowship with, everyone. I'm not so good with public speaking. I wish I was. That's something that I need to work on. But that's why I've chosen this platform. It's something that I'm more comfortable with. If I could do this full time, that'd be amazing. I'd much rather spread the gospel and get to help point people in the direction of Yeshua. Because I know I can lead the horse to water, but I can't make it drink. And I would love to go over to Israel at some point in my life. As it is right now, like, of course, we're all going to be able to experience Israel and Jerusalem, in the millennial reign. But I kind of want to see it now as well, like how things are, get to experience the history and stand where, Yeshua and his disciples possibly stood, and just take it all in. I would love to be able to have the opportunity to just do this full time. I know that's probably not going to happen, and that's okay. But I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I thank you for hanging out. If you do like my content, if you would like to like, comment, subscribe, that'd be wonderful. If not, that's okay. I just appreciate you guys stopping by. Like I said, feel free to leave me a comment, or find my Instagram, Mighty Lion Podcast, if you want to direct message me there too. I do respond to everything, so don't worry about that. I hope you all are having a wonderful beginning to your week. I hope that God is working in your lives, and that you all stay safe and have a blessed rest of your week. All right. Everyone have a wonderful night. Like I said, it's almost midnight. And Maranatha.